Hello, and welcome to Founder Freedom, From Hustler to CEO, the podcast built for e-commerce entrepreneurs and small business owners who are ready to work less, earn more, and scale smarter. I'm your host, Stephen Palmer, and today we're diving into creativity, community, and crafty business strategy. Meet Jen Goudstone, founder of CraftLoft's, a multi-craft studio bringing people together through everything from mosaics to candle making. Let's jump in with Jen. Welcome, Jen. How are you this morning?
Well, hi, Stephen.
Can you tell us a little bit about the CraftLoft value proposition, please?
Sure. So CraftLoft is the best place for people to discover, practice, and share crafting. And we are focused on the adult crafter, a lot of adult beginner crafters, but we're also family friendly. So it allows really multi-generational, multicultural groups to come in together and try different things, but together.
Nice. Very community driven. So when you were thinking about launching this brand, like what inspired you to create the brand and chase it a little bit?
Yeah, well, I guess it goes a little bit further back into, when I was growing up, both my grandparents were very big crafters. My grandpa was a calligraphist. He also did watercolor. My grandmother was a great knitter. My other grandmother was a great sewer. And so I sort of grew up around just overall crafting, making things in general. My career has taken me from technology to being an independent business owner. And when I started looking at what I wanted to do with my own family and friends, there was a gap in the market. I just didn't know where to go. I allowed that multiple experience to be had. And then also COVID happens. During that time, I was doing virtual events with our corporate clients. And during that time, we would have questions from our attendees asking, do you have a physical location? Can we bring our friends and family? So those things kind of all connected the dots. And then at the end of 2022, when things were opening up a bit more, was when we started looking for location and luckily found where we are now.
Nice. That's awesome. That's kind of a big journey, but I mean, it's fantastic. So go a little bit deeper into the gap. So what did you find that was the gap that led you to chase this dream?
Well, I love trying new things and doing things on my own. So nowadays, in terms of the learning process, you do Google searches, you go on YouTube, you go on TikTok, you watch the videos, and then in between all the videos, you're trying to figure out what is that little thing that they're doing that I'm not doing right? Am I doing the right things? Did I get all the right materials? Because a lot of times people are not sharing, here's where all the things are. And oh, by the way, there's a zillion different sizes you could get for your hooks and your needles and different sizes. And so to get started on a new craft is a heavy lift. And let's say, even if for something as simple as painting, you need some colors. You need a bunch of colors for one painting. And if you don't pick that up later, those paint tubes dry out and you have this ever-growing stash of things that you don't go back to, but you don't want to throw away because you also don't want to waste it. But at the same time, your first experience wasn't great because nobody's there to help you or show you or guide you. So we solve that problem end to end. Coming to our store, our studio, everything is there. The right things are there. We do the cleanup, so I don't have to clean up just to start making something. We also do the cleanup afterwards, and we're there to help you and be like, oh, these are the tricky parts, right? And then you walk out understanding how to make something, and that's what I see time and time again. Everyone is so happy with what they're able to learn, but also make themselves.
Yeah. I like it. I love your description of the home hobbyist. Like you go out and you get started and you buy all your tools that you need, and then they go off to a drawer somewhere, and then they sit there and then you're just collecting.
The stash.
Right. They're in the right. That is funny.
It's wasteful too,
It's so true.
We're and in our case we have all the glitter colors you could think of, all the paint colors you can think of. You only use what you need, and so it's efficient from a broader sense.
Cool. So from a business perspective, I want to frame this question a little bit.
Yeah.
So what was the existing way of doing things that you were looking at in the marketplace that you felt was broken, that you're trying to fix?
I think the existing way is just about a purchase and it's very transactional. It's like you buy the thing here and you buy the other thing. And by the way, you might have to go to multiple stores to get all the things you need, right? So we're
Mm-hmm.
really one-stop shop in that you have the guidance and all the materials and the space to make something. So
Nice.
now I actually do prefer going into the store to make something. I'm like, I don't
Sure.
want to have to go through finding all my things in my house, even though I do have it. So it's still solving my own problem a little bit too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's fantastic. So how do you think that your company solves it better than whatever your competitors might be doing? Is it just that, or
Ah,
is it a little deeper?
well, it's a bunch of little things, and I think they add up to be something that's quite different. I think a few things set us apart. That is what I'm not seeing out on the market. One is multi-craftual. We have the breadth of so many different crafts
Right?
that I have not seen elsewhere. Two is we're focused on the adult, but we're also family friendly. So if you think about the paint and sips and so on, the sip is a big part of it. Okay, so
Right.
maybe not so great for everyone to cut, the
Right.
little kids can't really do that. So that's a big piece. And then the third thing is that we're really good at bringing groups of people together and getting them to make something together, whether it's the
Mm.
same thing or different things. So we do
Mm-hmm.
birthday parties, corporate team building activities. We can go to a company and do an event with them there. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's just been really great as an exposure as well, brings folks in after they've been to an event at their company.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, oh, I'll go to your store and visit. So it's kind of connecting the dots from earlier.
That's nice. That's nice. So do you have some groups that you host where people are doing different crafts at the same event?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
we have different formats. Sometimes companies would hire us to have different stations that folks come up to. Some folks might want to make candles, and some others might
Mm-hmm.
be doing a pressed floral frame, for example. And they can do both or one or the either. So that's happened. In our store, we also have walk-in projects. So these are projects that are in a menu. You can look at it, you can pick one, just like you're ordering in a cafe or a restaurant, and we
Yeah.
set up your craft for you right then and there. So if you're coming with a group, currently we're taking up to 6 walk-ins at a
Okay.
time. Larger groups count as a private event. So up to 6 folks, you can do something totally different, but seated at the same table.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, really fun.
So this is another business question. Just reframing here.
Hmm.
So I'm a new customer potentially. I'm shopping around. I'm looking at your website. What do you think is going to be the biggest misconception that I might have about what your company does?
Only on the website side of
Yep,
things or
just
in the
looking at your
store?
website. Just looking at your website.
I think right now it may appear more static than we want it to. So people might think that it's mostly e-commerce and then they can buy something and have it be shipped to them, which
Mm,
is not quite the experience that we're here to provide. We are working on that side of the site. We're also looking
hmm.
to bring in some videos so it's more active and show.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, that's great. I mean, because new customers, right, is what drives our growth. So we kind of got to make sure we're getting the
Yes,
right message across. But it is a live document and it can be edited at any time.
exactly. Exactly. And
So do
returning
you have,
customers is so important. You have to be able to,
yes, returning customers are important for sure.
yeah, cultivate that and support them.
Hmm. So do you have a success story that you want to share with the audience here? It could be about a customer, it could be a business win, something that
Yeah,
you're proud to talk about.
sure. I mean, so many groups have done events with us. If I include what we did during virtual event times, I mean, we actually still do some of that, but much less
Hmm.
so. We've had thousands of attendees successfully learn something and make something within the span of the event. So I won't name any particular individuals, but we do have customers, businesses come back to us year after year and they do something different each year because we do offer that breadth. And it's actually kind of difficult oftentimes for businesses to find local artisans to host a bigger group just because they're not usually geared towards that. And so
Right.
we're easy for them to work with. On the individual consumer side, I will share that we've had folks come in. This is multiple folks. I'm not going to name any particular names, but folks who come in and say, I moved to the Boston area. My sewing machine is where I used to live. But I want to work on a project. What do you have? Or how can I meet others who are also looking to craft? I'm going to come here every weekend. So we do see that, and we have families bring their kids. One could be 4, one could be 6 or 7, and then one could be in their tweens, and they all have different interests and different skill levels,
right,
and different design aesthetics, right? And they can all sit together and do something. So they look forward to that, and we see that regularly. I will mention we also have a membership for regulars. So essentially it's a great deal. If you come more than once a month, it is a great deal. It gives you discounts on what's in store, gives you discounts on what you can purchase online. And it also waives our studio fee for you as well. So we're really just trying to get folks to come back more, which is, it's great for a repeat. And the more they practice, the better they get, and the more they advance into new crafts too. And that's,
yeah. No, I like it. I think we could all relate to that growing up in this time, because in our schooling years we had a little bit of exposure to that, but outside of it, unless it's really hard to find.
Yeah. I mean, I remember there used to be home economics as a class in high school, right? I might be dating myself a bit. And folks learned, they learn how to cook, make sandwiches, maybe sew some buttons. I feel like that's gone away a fair amount.
Yeah, probably ditched it for the computers and the iPads.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great time to unplug and do something. Like, you think of some other activity, even food is hard to pick something that everybody likes, because we all want different things, and so we've sort of thought of that, because I'm a parent too. It's hard to make everybody.
Yeah, it is interesting. I did actually attend a food like a cooking event pretty recently, and I was a little bit skeptical going into it, because it was all with really just a bunch of strangers sitting at the same table and learning and sharing food. But coming out of it, I mean, it was really, really cool.
Yeah,
it felt like it raised my cultural bar a little bit.
There you go. Great. We do have an open floor plan, and that's on purpose, so you can see what others are making. And we frequently have folks pop seats, especially the little kids who are very curious. They'll walk around and be like, "What are you making? Oh, that looks really cool." And then they walk back and, "Mom, I want to make that."
Yeah, no, that is fun. That's really cool. So looking ahead, what trends are you seeing that might be shaping the future of your industry?
Yeah, well, there are some macro trends. I mean, coming out of the pandemic, there's such a resurgence of traditional classic crafts. And I think a lot of people picked it up during the pandemic, and it's only increased as now they're sharing it with each other. And then secondly, around in-person interaction. So it's sort of social media has taken over the world for a while, and now we're seeing a little bit of reaction to that, right? And so there's more, some of the younger generations are more aware, and they want to have more in-person interactions, maybe unplug and just do something with their hands. In the zeitgeist, people talk about grandma hobbies, but I would just say it's old time hobbies, not necessarily grandma. And I think it's just great timing to be in the creative industry. For us particularly, we just started franchising our brand, so all the territories are open, which is again a great time to get into it. So if you have a perfect spot you have in mind, come talk to us. We'd love to have an awesome, passionate local owner. So I think those two things added together, perfect timing to own a craft loft.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting when in the future we look back on this period of time that we're calling the pandemic, and being able to observe all the changes that have happened in our society.
Yeah,
it's definitely been a ride, so to speak. Especially for small businesses, right? It's been quite the paddle.
You gotta pivot.
For sure.
You gotta pivot. Be observant.
Right. So thinking about the small business owners, What advice would you have for others that are trying to stay ahead of the curve in today's market?
Yeah. Yeah. I think the biggest thing for us has been to listen to our customers. They will have questions, they'll have feedback, they'll have ideas, and that maybe that first comment doesn't go very far, but if you hear it third, fourth time, there's a trend there. Because for every one of them that decides to speak up, there's probably 5 or 10 others who thought it, right? So I think that's a big key. Yeah. I mean, honestly, prior to CraftLoft, we were in a totally different industry, which we still are right now, but we've split out the events experiences business from where we were before because they were so different. But one came from the other, even though we're not in the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Good advice. Listen to your customers. So what's coming up next for your company? I know you talked about the franchising experience. Is there anything else that's on your radar?
Anything else? Well, we're working on lots of new workshop ideas. The seasons are changing. We change things up for seasonal interest. So we're just always tinkering and making new things, which is really part of the fun. So I'm looking forward to launching some of those and seeing how the customers react.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. So let's tell the listeners what's the easiest way to get involved with your company and connect with Jen.
Yes. So a couple of things. One is if you're in the greater Boston area, come visit us at CraftLoft. We are in Cambridge. Our store website is www.craft-loft.com. Book a workshop, bring yourself, bring everyone. You're going to have a great time. Secondly, if you are looking to start your own business and considering franchise as a model, we are now franchising. And to find out more about that opportunity, go to our franchise website, which is www.ownacraftloft.com, all one word, and you'll find out more.
Nice.
And we look forward to hearing from you. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jen. That's a wrap here on Founder Freedom.
Thank you for having me, Steven.
You're welcome. A huge thanks to Jen Goudstone for showing us how art can build more than beautiful things. It can build community and even a franchise empire. From MIT and Google to glue guns and growth, she's proving that creativity can be a business strategy. Check out craftloft.com to see how Jen is turning crafting into a movement. If you like what you heard here, subscribe and share this episode and leave us a review to help other founders find their path to freedom. Until next time, keep creating, keep scaling, and never lose your style.